Hey everyone, welcome back to the Freshman Adult Podcast. I'm your host, the Freshman Adult. That was weird. I meant to say I'm your host, Nicole-Bethany, but I am the Freshman Adult. I am a freshman adult here, and I am so grateful to be with you during this time. I just can't believe we're already in December. I'm going to keep saying that because the year went by super fast. I feel like I just started this podcast, which I literally did. And at the same time, I didn't because 4 months have passed. That was August. 4 months have gone by. So time is flying, time is moving. And so I just want to say welcome to those of you that are listening for the first time. This is a space for the emerging adult to actually have a place to talk about the ups and downs of adulthood. This is a space for the adult who just is navigating life and wants support, or just wants to feel heard or seen, or just talk, just be honest and vulnerable. And I was in search for that. I was in need of that, of just, I'm doing all this for the first time. And as I get older, I'm realizing, or as I talk to more people, it's like, you're always going to be doing something for the first time, but can we do it together? And that's the purpose of this podcast, this space. And so if you are like me and like many of the listeners of this podcast, and you desire community and a place and a space where we can actually unapologetically just be transparent with one another, be vulnerable, and ask the questions that maybe you feel as though sometimes a little embarrassed to ask. This is a podcast for you. I want to encourage you to go ahead and subscribe to this podcast and turn on notifications so that you don't miss a single episode. I also want to encourage you to share it with other people like you and me so that we can be connected with other freshman adults, so that this podcast can grow and reach other freshman adults, like we always say, i.e. like you and me. And so thank you so much again for listening and for sharing and for liking and for commenting. And I'm excited for the future. And I just wanted to welcome those of you that are new and here for the first time. Let's grow, let's go, and let's do it together. I love that. Let's grow, let's go, let's do it together. Or is it let's go, let's grow, let's do it together? Yeah. Go, grow, do it together. Because we go and then we grow. And we grow as we go, and we're doing it together. And I love that. Today's a very special episode. And although it is, I want to address the elephant in the room. If you're watching on YouTube, yes, unfortunately, I am not able to be on screen today. And that's not because of anything I did, but technology just did not want to cooperate. However, don't go anywhere, because later on in this episode, if you're watching on YouTube here, there is going to be a video of a full interview that I was able to have with our first guest on the kickstart to this amazing series called The Freshman Adult, live at CultureCon 2025. That's right. I got invited to CultureCon 2025 back in October in Brooklyn, New York. And I just want to say I am so grateful for the opportunity. Amidst all the difficulties and trials that I've been facing, I still showed up, and also God definitely demonstrated that he still shows up too. And so I'm grateful for that. So you want to stay tuned these next couple of weeks where I'm going to be just and that was probably the highlight of the whole entire time for me. There were so many amazing highlights, but that was a highlight for me, is just being able to connect with people. And that's what I love. And that's why I'm doing this. I'm doing this podcast because I love connecting with people. And so I'm here to connect with you. I want to call forth other freshman adults or other adults that are experiencing similarly or maybe even differently than I am, so that we can have conversation about it and grow with one another. So let's go, grow, and do it together. And I am very grateful for the opportunity that I had to, at CultureCon, interview an amazing speaker, entrepreneur, visionary that I'm so grateful to have met and had just amazing conversations with him. He is such a wise voice in my life. And I like to say that, we don't get to talk often, but his content and the material that he has, the books and the time that I had sitting in a room with him and just gleaning from him and learning, I will cherish as a creative entrepreneur myself forever. So creative entrepreneurs, those of you that are building businesses, those of you that are, into just creating, tap into this episode. Tap into all the episodes, but tap into this one particularly because you want to be connected to this guy. This guy is not just a regular guy. Actually, just calling him that guy is an understatement. But really, really sweet soul. He's a father. He's a husband. He is a visionary entrepreneur. His name is William Tyrone Toms. He goes by Will Toms. I met him back in 2023, and he is a entrepreneur, published author, and the co-founder of Rec Philly. Let me just read a little bit about him. Before establishing Rec Philly, Toms honed his skills as a digital strategist at Fame House, where he managed marketing campaigns for major entertainment brands such as Ice Cube, Shady Records, and Eminem. His background in communication and economics fuels his mission to democratize access and opportunity for young, passionate individuals, especially people of color. Toms is not only a business leader, but also a sought-after speaker and creative coach, known for his insightful presentations and prestigious institutions like NYU, Berklee College of Music, and Temple University. His work continues to inspire and uplift the creative community, both locally and internationally. It's not even doing justice for the guy. I mean, Will is a really standout guy. And I just want to talk a little bit about Rec Philly. Rec is an REC is an innovative creative agency and membership club that empowers creatives by providing them with the resources, strategies, and opportunities to turn their passions into profitable careers. Under his leadership, Rec has grown from a modest warehouse in North Philadelphia to a multi-million-dollar, multi-city company. Rec Philly has distributed over $2 million to local creatives and aims to support 10 million creators globally. Without further ado, please welcome to the Freshman Adult Podcast via CultureCon 2025, Will Toms.
We met in 2023.
That sounds about right. Yeah, 2023. You came by Rec in Philly.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about Rec Philly. He's here. First of all, let me just say, Will is an amazing entrepreneur. Mentor. Director. You're a jack of all trades. I can't really put you in a box. But we're here live at CultureCon 2025, and it's such a pleasure to actually be reconnected to you. Recently, newlywed, about to be a father, so beautiful. Your wife is beautiful. I know you're gonna make beautiful children.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about Rec Philly before we get into some of my questions?
Happy to. So in short, the problem that we saw in Philly and cities around the country is there's so many amazing creatives that unfortunately didn't always have access to affordable resources to create at a high level, the actual game information to be able to monetize our gifts, and a hub to actually allow us to consistently connect with other creatives. So Rec Philly is a solution to that. We built a membership club for creatives, freelancers, and entrepreneurs with recording studios, podcast studios, photography, equipment, co-working space, venues. Literally, it's a creative's dream. Everything we need in one spot for us to level up, learn, collab, and grow.
Learn, collab, and grow. And can I just say, I've been to the Rec Philly, and it is like every creator's dream. So if you're watching this and you're here and you came to CultureCon and you are in Philly or near or around Philly, because I'm not in Philly, but I made a trip down with a big group, and it was amazing. And we're still to this day relishing, how can we get something like this where we are? But what they built and what they're creating, what you're creating is incredible.
Thank you. And just fun fact, sneak peek, one of the things I'm working on right now is the answer to your question, which is how do other cities get something similar? So God willing, we're going to be able to help package that up and empower leaders in different cities and communities to be able to build something similar using the framework that we've developed to be successful in Philly.
That's so cool. That's so cool. A
little bit of an exclusive. You heard it here first.
That's right. Well, awesome. Well, let me ask you this. You're here at CultureCon.
Yeah.
What brings you to events like this?
Yeah, events like this for me is, one, I come here to get inspired. I come here to just be amongst my people, right? This is one of those places where you don't pull up to people and be like, oh, where do you work? It's like, no. Yo, let's talk about what we're building, So I feel good about being with like-minded people like that. And at this point, it's like, all the fam I have across the web, you know, all over different places in the country. This is a place where we can all connect and just have that little family reunion vibe creatively. So I come here to learn. I come here to connect.
And I love that you come here to learn, because if you look Will up, it's like, wait a minute, you still coming to learn?
Got to.
And I would say too, personally, like I've learned so much from you. Like my pitch currently right now, like what I say is from your book. Like like what?
So happy to hear that.
Yes, I have the whole template. I create stories and experiences for multi-generational audiences to feel radically healed and transformed in their lives, and that was straight from your book.
That's so fire. Nah, literally it warms my heart to hear people use the tools in the book, because, you know, I put a lot of intention into that and hope that it will be fruitful for people. So to hear you using that consistently and it's useful, that means a lot.
Uncommon Sense, right?
Yes, Uncommon Sense, your strategy guide to creative freedom.
Get the book. Okay, Let's move into the freshman adult real quick. So I said the freshman adult, and immediately Will was like, that's dope. So I want to know, what are the thoughts that came to your mind when I said the freshman adult?
I thought adulting is hard, so sometimes we'd be out here feeling like, what are we doing? It's only my first day out here, right? So I totally understand the concept of just like the newness, right? Of stepping into another chapter of life. Sometimes you'd be like, where the OGs at? And then you're at my age and you're like, oh wait, that's us now. Wow, that's crazy. Somebody call me big bro, somebody call me Unc. Wow.
Wow, Unc is crazy.
But it's okay, I got kids now.
That's it, I mean? Like, right? You are Unc. You're leveling up.
And I embrace it. Fly Unc, we out here.
And we talk about embracing it on the podcast. Can you tell us your new husband recently, new father about to be? Can you tell us how you are navigating embracing those new seasons that bring about that freshman feeling all over again?
You know, it's been such a blessing wearing and embracing these new titles, right? Like, I've had a lot of titles as far as just like an entrepreneur, founder, leader, mentor, but there's nothing quite as special and quite as an honor as being husband, right? And what will be father. So it just means a lot, you know? And I'm gonna say this transparently and very vulnerably, like, some of the roles that I'm stepping into now are roles that I never had modeled for me, right, in my life directly. So it's a privilege to be able to glean from the other men around me that I respect in my community, and to be able to walk it out in a new way, you know, and do that in service of this new tribe that I get to lead, you know.
Last question for you. That's so good, and thank you for sharing that, and even being vulnerable too, because I think that's hard. Like, you're stepping into new territory, and I think part of adulting that can be challenging is if you haven't seen anybody do what you're about to do, like, how do I how do I do it, and how do I not only embrace the journey but also to embrace me learning, you know? My last question for you is this. There are lots of freshman adults that listen to this podcast. There are lots of adults that may not necessarily feel like they're freshmen in adulting, but they may be going through a new chapter like yourself that may, you know, make them feel like a freshman adult all over again. I just want to know what Will, currently right now, who I think you're in your 30s.
Yeah.
Okay,
absolutely.
cool. Will, big bro Will, in his 30s, tell me what you would tell the Will in his 20s first entering into adulthood. What would you say to him now?
Wow, that's a beautiful question. Let me think about that for a second.
All right, he gonna think while I bake in the sun.
I'd say this. I would say keep learning, right? It's always important to keep learning in any avenue of life, but also trust yourself. You know, I think sometimes when we perceive what new chapters of life and what new roles look like, we put the people who have already been there on a pedestal and think that, like, we are not enough yet, or that there's something that we have beyond our reach. But I think the real sauce is, like, you actually have to trust yourself, right? And that preparation, that learning helps build that confidence. But, like, I think if I was to talk to my, like, let's say 21-year-old self, it's like, I'd be like, yo, you're already him. Just walk out the path, right, and the process, but you have it.
That's so good. God already put it on the inside of you.
It's there already.
You just gotta walk.
It's there already. You just gotta meet him halfway and take the steps, right?
That's good. Well, I so appreciate you, man. Thank you for everything that you're doing. You've changed my life. Meeting you, watching you from afar. Thank you.
That means a lot to me. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
It's already in you. It's already in you. I love that. I love hearing someone like Will, who has just accomplished a lot, who I look up to, as I said in the interview, share that. And I really appreciated that. Just, sometimes we're comparing ourselves. I had this thought, sometimes we're comparing ourselves and we miss out on what is actually already there. And thank you so much, Will, for sharing that. I had a thought as I was driving the other day. I was like, man, people often say comparison is the thief of joy. And I think we think, oh, like if we're comparing, it's going to steal our joy. It's going to have us be stuck thinking we're supposed to be one way when that may not just necessarily be the case, and who you are is fine. But you know what comparison also does? Comparison wastes time. Like, it's also the thief of time. I'd like to submit the thought that comparison is also the thief of time, where you can be actually wasting time trying to do something or trying to reach a mark that was never intended to be for you. And so when he talked about just, people that we see that in spaces maybe we want to be in, we put them on a pedestal. But man, like, I think what he's speaking to, if I may, Will, if you're listening, what he's speaking to, I think, is that, like, there's so much greatness on the inside of you. Oftentimes you just need to be in the right spaces, in the right environments to just and the right people to get that pulled out, to be able to tap into that. I think that that's amazing. And even as I was listening, I was just getting creative ideas on ways in which I can think about, man, how can I optimize the greatness that God has already deposited on the inside of me, or additionally, that I've been able to accumulate over the last couple of years in my experiences, in my training, in just trying something out. How can I add all of those things together and create a beautiful cake that people can eat off of? And not only does it taste good, but it also provides, although cake doesn't provide nourishment, for the sake of this example, it provides nourishment to where you feel fed. And I'm not so worried about how other people make their cake or their meal, but I'm focused and set on, man, how am I going to create this meal? How am I uniquely designed to create something that people have created maybe before similarly, but not in this way? And I think Will and everyone at the Rec Philly are perfect examples of people, or ideal examples of people who just went for the jugular. Like, I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to do what's different. And I'm not going to allow comparison to steal my time. Because time is of the essence, guys. Time is of the essence. And I think as a freshman adult, we ought to have a sensitivity to time. And not that we have to be afraid and rush and all that, but rather, can I be sensitive? When you're sensitive with something, when you're delicate with something, you just take it seriously. It doesn't mean that you don't have fun. If you have a vehicle, you own a car, you're going to be delicate with it. Hopefully. You're going to be sensitive with it. It doesn't mean you don't have fun once in a while. It doesn't mean you don't take it on trips. But what it does mean is you don't just leave it anywhere anyhow. You don't just leave it unlocked. You don't just leave it without washing for months on end. You take care of that vehicle. You don't just go driving it and never putting gas and oil and taking it for servicing. Why? Because it's valuable. And so I think if we understand that time is valuable, then I think it'll help us shift our gaze. And if we struggle with comparison and where we are, comparing ourselves to maybe our future version of ourselves, or comparing us to older adults we may know, or people, even if they're not older, that are just farther along, it can definitely take our time and distract us from locking into what we need to be locking into. So that was all from Will Toms, guys. You heard it here live at the live at Culture Con. Freshman Adult takes the Culture Con 2025. And if you want to hear more about Will and the work he's doing, please go ahead and follow him everywhere at The Will Toms. You can also check out his website, thewilltoms.com. That's TheWillToms.com, to find out more ways to learn from him. Get his book, Uncommon Sense. It's a really, really good read. I told him I like to think of it as a textbook. I really use it in that way, and I think it's a really great tool. And for those of us that are creative entrepreneurs, that are just creative, for those of us that are into business and want to grow, that is gonna be a really good book just to glean from and to get information about how you can unlock creative freedom as not just an entrepreneur, but one that feels like you're called to the creative space. So that's Uncommon Sense, Your Strategy Guide to Creative Freedom by William Tyrone Toms. Go ahead and check him out. You already know what time it is. It's time to go. But listen, we got one or two more interviews. I gotta check. I have about 2 more interviews where we are talking to amazing people from the streets of CultureCon 2025, getting gems from them. And I think today's gem was comparison is the thief of time. Don't worry so much about how you're going to get to where you want to go. It's already in you. Just tap into what it is that you have. Seek out the desire to learn and grow, that thing that's already in you, and you'll be set. Will it be perfect? I don't know. I'm on the journey too. Why are you asking me? No, but for real, like, we're here together. So does it work? I don't know. Will it allow for you to create and grow in peace? I think so. And I think perhaps maybe that's the goal, that we don't just go, grow, and do it together, but we go, grow, and do it together, and still maintain peace that surpasses all understanding that comes from God. So if you like this podcast, please give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and share this with someone that needs the encouragement for today. I know I needed that, and I'm super inspired. Go ahead and follow us anywhere you receive or listen to podcasts, the Freshman Adult Podcast. Go ahead and follow us also on social media. Again, let's keep this going. Let's connect. Let's get acquainted. The Freshman Adult Pod anywhere on Instagram, and the Nicole-Bethany everywhere. All right. I'm your host, Nicole-Bethany, and you have been listening to the Freshman Adult Podcast. I'm so sorry, YouTube, there was no video for today aside from Will's interview. But you know what? His interview was the most important anyway. So, we're going to figure this thing out. I was unable to record via video, but I just wanted to continue to make it happen. It gets dark at like 4 o'clock, and so now I'm in the dark. It started in the light, now I'm in the dark, but we finished a podcast episode, and I'm super excited to get this out to you. So please share this, because we're putting in the work to make sure that we still show up, and I appreciate you all for showing up too. All right. Appreciate y'all. It's time to go. Don't forget to share this podcast so that it can reach other freshman adults, i.e., like who? Like you and me. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.